when I come feed through here in the mornings. It's so nice and shady through here. And everybody gets hungry and they go, oh, holler at me. Waiting for their turn to eat. And I got this fixed up so the old girls can come out and look at me too. We used to have it blocked off over there, but when that wind from the mountains blow real hard, they can get behind here and get out of the wind. I wanted to show you this morning about the newer food forest. It's really growing up, and I'm really happy about it. And these are blooming, the honeysuckle, and I come by here and smell it, and it smells so good. And I don't have a whole lot of food out here yet, but there's just stuff coming up. And my hollyhock is getting big, and comfrey, I probably could chop and drop it now. It's already getting big, but the bees have really been working on it. I'm real happy about that. Bee food. This is one of my squares, and that got blowed off in the wind, and I didn't know it, but the birds just ate it to pieces. So I covered it back up, and now it's recovering. And looks like comfrey's here. I planted some garlic, but I don't know how the comfrey got there. And comfrey there, garlic, just doing pretty good. This is a flower I got real cheap at Home Depot. It's like an orange trumpet vine, something like it. So I'm going to take that and bring it out here and plant it somewhere, so I'll have color out here in the food forest. So this is number 1 bed, and we'll go over there, check that one out. There's something coming up, and there, I don't know what it is, but I'll let it grow and see. I like mystery plants in the food forest that come up. This cane is a grass. It's not like a bamboo, but it's called cane, and we put it in here for the windbreak, for it comes off the mountains, and then from the west it comes this way to help shelter the gardens. And we let it grow out, and then we start taking a few and feeding it to the horses for horse food. That's their treat. We won't let it grow out like them sunchokes. We keep it contained, because just like sunchokes, this will go wild and crazy. And I don't want to take up my space, but I do want it for a windbreak. That's what that looks like now, and these young ones will look like that later when they get bigger. And I might even cut the old stalks out and let some of the new stuff come up, because it does get a little spindly, you know. It will get leafy, but this is better. But the horses and donkeys love this stuff. See how it's taking over down there by my trampoline trellis? I don't like it, and we'll cut it back, because I want that space there. I want to grow something on that. So we'll, feed it to the horses. And I brought my lamb's quarters out here. They was getting wind blown, and I'll be planting them soon, getting them out of that pot. That vine is doing a lot better. I can't wait for it to grow over our little roof here. It'll be so nice and shaded, and it'll shade the sun there. When I sit there, the sun gets in my eyes, but it's getting better because the vine is shading the roof and this wall. I got some willows planted through here, and the chickens have been beating them up, so I had put fence through here. They're baby willows, and eventually they'll get big and try to block that south air and or wind. But I thought they would probably eat the leaves, and they did. So I went ahead and fenced it off. Thanks for coming by, walking, looking at the food forest with me. Ben likes to lay out here and look all, see what's going on. Here's the second bed, and I got some goji bushes. I'm trying to train them like a hedge, make them nice and thick, because they can grow up kind of scraggly. And once they're thick, and I got some over there too. Once they're thick, I'm going to put them in the walkway, put a fence on them so the chickens can't eat them, and give them no water. They grow good with water, but to get berries on them, they need really have dry feet. But I want to make a hedge, and I seen it on one of the YouTube channels. I seen a nice long hedge of these goji bushes, and oh, it was beautiful. All of them had berries. It looked like a row of Christmas bushes. It was so pretty. But that's my plan. And if they don't give me berries, they can be a windbreaker for the food forest. So, and there's a hollyhock there. And sunchoke's coming up. And I'm going to put things on here to climb. Hollyhock there. And there's something coming up. I don't know what it is. Apple tree. And we're going to have sunchokes galore. And they're going to get pretty tall and make a windbreaker through here. And it'll help the old food forest too, break the wind. He's always on duty. Well, I'll go to my third garden. But here's another goji bush, and it's trying to grow tall, and I'm not going to let it. I'm going to trim it and get that thing thick, and so there'll be more of a bush, because they'll get taller than I am. And sunchokes and willows. I'm trying to make a willow wall here to catch the wind. And I got a little fence to grow something on. There's something coming up. It could be sunflower. I had some sunflowers through here. And Bill, he thinks this is corn. But I think this might be Johnson grass. We're not sure. We're leaving it. And then this is a little rose. I got it cheap at Lowe's. I got a bunch of my roses real cheap one year. And the hollyhock. And I can grow something up on this fence. Something up over that fence. See, that looks like Johnson grass. This stuff. We did have corn in here. See, now that does look like corn. Well, anyway. Here's a willow. That's a chop and drop. I might let it grow up just to be a windbreaker, but then chop it back later. There's the comfrey, chop and drop. And I got garlic and more hollyhocks. Oh, I like hollyhocks. And just makes everything nice. And some more sunchokes. And this is mint. My daughter gave me. I really like it. It smells so good. And all these little willows, I'll be chopped and dropped them. Let them go back into the food forest. I can't wait to start planting. This is like a perennial garden right now. It's just coming up on its own. And pretty soon I'll be putting a lot of food in here. And start growing it. Of course, I'm going to have to share it with the squirrels and the birds. This is why we made a wide bed through here. Because we could get 2 wheelbarrows in here easy. But what I wanted, goji bushes on all my walkways. And then the wheelbarrow can go right through there. And I think it'll be pretty. Keep them trained up like a hedge. I think they'll be pretty nice. And there's some comfrey right there. And I got leftover onions out here. And I'm surprised the chickens didn't get it. And then I got goji bushes over here. And they're looking good. I'm going to cut them down. And I'm just going to work them until they get bushy. And I don't know if I'll transplant them next year or let them get bigger first. But I got a lot of sunchokes. And right over here, I got a China berry baby I want to plant. And I'll put it right in there. So when it gets up big and the sun is back that way, when we sit out in the evening, I'm hoping it will shade where we sit. That's my theory anyway. Put that China berry right there. And I'm circled with sunchokes. I want sunchokes through here to block that south wind. And here's big old mint here. And I might chop and drop this mint all through the food forest. Maybe some of the mice won't like that. That's really nice. And I have a pomegranate tree. That last cold spell I had, it was coming out. And now I think it's not going to live unless it's coming down from the bottom. And I'll cut this back and see if I can't get that growing. It had a real good root system on it. And so I'm hoping that will come back. And here's my mystery plant tree. The cold did hurt one side of it, but I think it's going to come back. I don't know what it is. Here's a goji bush. You can see how they can take off like that. Kind of get out, so I'm going to cut that off. Then I got baby hollyhocks, goji bush. So I can plant through here. And some vegetables. But I think I might plant my lemongrass over here. They did well, and this gets lots of water when it comes in from the back. So I might plant a lot of it through here. I do like that lemongrass. It's beautiful when it's growing, and it smells so good. I just love it. And there's something else coming up. I don't know what that is. Right there. So this is my fourth bed. And right now, everything's like a bush. You know, instead of vegetables, everything's bush. But them sunchokes, you can't hardly imagine how much food is probably under that ground. And then they're going to make more this year. But I'm going to try always keep them back. I don't want them to take over the gardens. And they will. And if I have to, I'll boil them up, make dog food out of them. You know, the root. Because the dogs like them. And that's about it. I just want to show you my 4 beds. They're doing good. Some of the willows need to be trimmed up. The tops are out, are dead. So I'm going to do that. And there's Blue. He's out with me. So that's what I wanted to show you. My little group of willows here doing good. I'm hoping they'll shade our swings someday and block a lot of the wind. If it gets carried away, I can use some of it for chop and drop, because I do like that. Mill's out there cooking. See him? He's taking the biscuits out there. He makes mighty fine biscuits. This is my favorite place out here. I can sit and look at the garden and the chickens. I can hear them. It's just really nice. I appreciate y'all coming by and watching from out west Homestead. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.